very good cloth like that to cover our with because of the thickness of it. No matter what you put water in it, it will cover. You need a towel like that. Okay? So if he's got the clothes on, so I'm going to take off the clothes in a minute, I will show you, but I'm going to show you the awra first. The awra for the male is between his navel and his knees. So I need to cover, come here, hold my microphone. Hold it in my mouth, don't hold it like that. Mouth is, you're watching, you're not really watching my mouth. Okay? So that's actually, okay, right. That's well done for, okay? That is actually enough for a male and a female. So for the male is covering, well done, which is, I need up to here actually, but it's okay. This is good because it might go like this way. And for the female, it's exactly correct because, no, it needs a bit more because this is the chest. So for the female, I'm going to do it that way. Yeah, that's for the female, it's a bit more. So, right, no. Okay. So the female up to here. So, but this area, she's supposed to be like, okay, put me yes, all right. So as long as so this towel, okay, they could wash this and wash it. This is awra. This area is awra here from this side because you don't want to show the breasts. So if we can do like that, would be better. But I would prefer the sisters to put the cloth on top of this and make the wash from underneath. Okay. So wash from underneath because it's awra. Because once you show the underarm, you're going to show the breast itself. This is for the women. That's covering the area. And this needs to be covered all the time. So when I want to wash underneath, this is the sponge, with the sponge on my gloves, onto the awra in this area. Okay? So I'm using the sponge and the glove. So I don't touch the awra. And with a sponge. And I go between the legs. Okay? Washing. And it has to be somebody holding for me this. I'm not ready to go and just uncover it. Male or female. Okay, it has to be all the time. Okay, covered out. I'm going to show you, inshallah, how to strip off the clothes. Just stand up if you want, or sit down if you want to watch us, or you just want to sit like this if you like. Okay, let me just continue. We are ready for you now. Okay, back again for the male. Come here. Okay, that's the male now. We're going to wash. Right. First of all, we're going to strip him out of his clothes. So before we strip, now stripping of the clothes, the scissors will be the best thing. So with the scissors, cut and then take it out. While you take it out, you have to have this placed on top of the awra. So you take the clothes from this, strip it, take it out, and this is covering the area of the awra all the time. This is very important. Then we need to make sure that he hasn't got any najasa left in his belly. So what we need to do, somebody's going to help me. Come here, because you're helping the person. You're going to raise up his head a bit. Okay, you are a dead cooperating with us. Thank you very much. Yeah, go up. So we're going to sit him up like that. Just that much. Yeah, hold him. Yeah, right. And then I'm going to be pressing his stomach like that, just a bit. Why? Just a bit. These presses, if he's got something in his stomach which he did not take out before he died, they might come out. If they come out, then I'll wash it. So with a pipe, with a hose pipe, underneath, washing if there is any excrement that's coming out. So that push is like that. Okay, so we sit him a bit like this. This is not in the books. This is for practical things. Okay, so that's we walk in and then we put him back. So now we've done the removal of the najasa without any, that much. We don't really do that much effort. Just a bit of, this is just a tap on top of the belly. Now after this, we come to the wudu. We're going to make a wudu. So with the water that you have prepared, so you've got water, which is 3 buckets. Bucket that's got water, a bucket's got shampoo, and a bucket is got camphor. You know the camphor, which is the perfume. Either you put the perfume inside it, and you soaked it and you diluted it, or the camphor, you leave it there, it's very strong. So that's what we need, the last wash, the last bucket to give him. So you got now water and you got soap. Soaked everything. Right, now we're going to start with the wash. You're going to make what else? First wudu. So with the bucket, I'm going to make wudu. So bring water and I start. What do you start with the wudu? What do you do with the first thing, Umar? The wudu? Before the mouth, the hands. Okay. So I'm going to wash this hand. So you could have somebody with a water help you. It would be better always to economize the usage of the water. Don't make the tap just keep running and running. So if you've got a bucket, from that bucket, let's wash the hand. So I start with the right. Okay, start right. And the left, wudu, whole wudu. Then after that, the mouth. So I put mouth. I don't really have to open his mouth. If it's open, I'll put it. If it's not open, just leave it like that. And then his nose. Okay? So I'm not going to make him sit down and throw up because he's dead. Okay? Yeah, he's not going to make him sit down and throw up. He's not going to cooperate with you. So his nose and then his face. Okay? And then after that, his arms. Right. Then the left. And after that, the head. Yes? And then the one. After that, the ears. Okay? So the ears, do like this. Right, so now wash them, then the feet now. Start with the right, and then the left. Yes? Wudu is finished. Whether it's a male or a female, we make him wudu. And even if it's a child. It's a sunnah for the ghusl, this is. Now, when we want to make a ghusl, remember, the ghusl has to be on. 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, okay? I always wash 5 times. Because I think it's enough. But sometimes 3 is enough. Sometimes you need more, 7, it's up to you. You are the one who decides. You are the in charge. Now, there are people bring with them things which are not supposed to be brought. Henna. They say henna from Jannah. Yeah, who said that? There's no henna and there is no Jannah. So henna is not correct. Some people bring cotton. Yeah, as well, add to that cotton if you need. Put cotton if you want. Cotton as well, you need to put them there. But that cotton is needed in special cases. But some people I know, from the one who wash, they put the cotton inside the anus. And that is haram. You understand that? But if this person had died through diarrhea, something, lots of excrement coming out. I wash, then if I feel that maybe they're going to come out, I will put some cotton between his legs. Not inside the hole, if you understand. It's haram. Because some people, they do that. They do that even without this special circumstance of this death. No, they just do it like this because they think this is the correct way. And there's people as well start clipping his nails. It's not as well from the sunnah to do that. Clipping the nails. There's some people do, as I said as well, cut his hair. I'm bringing a barber here and there's nothing like this. There's no cutting of the hair. There's no, okay? And maybe as well, if he's not circumcised, bring somebody to circumcise him when he's dead. Not correct as well. Yeah. The wash is a wash. Just like that. Simple. Now we come into, after that, to start the wash. We divide the body into 2 halves. So first half, second half. So the first half is the right, second half is the left. You understand? So I'll start with, from the first. I will do this half. Half. I'm going to put now sponge, and got it, with soap. This is the soap. This is the first wash. So it's going to be soap and water. So soap. I'm washing, and then somebody's going to help me. Are you going to help me or are you going to be just sitting down? You going to help me? Okay. And I'm going to help. How come you're on? Hold my microphone. You're going to cooperate with me. Okay, Mr. Dad? As I'm going to help him, he's going to wash. Now I'm going to do like this. Look. He's going to wash. Wash this side. Because wash the right side here. So, come on. Wash. And then with your sponge, wash. Go inside, wash, all the way, wash. See? Yeah, wash. And then you reach the area, and then you wash there, yes. And that's it, you wash. Oh, you understand me? It's from the back end. And you're going to put him down. So now, you're going to help me to lift him to this side. Okay, hold on, you stay here, hang on. I'm going to wash it now, the left side. So, your left side, all of that, and then all of it here. Okay, wash it. Then, he's going to help me this way, see? I'm going to do it this side. This is the side. Okay, I'm washed now. The second side. I've got, this is the first wash washed, finished. Soap and water, soap and water. That's the first wash. Okay, remember the last wash is going to be what? Camphor, the perfume. So I could give him a second wash. I don't need 3 washes enough. Khalas. 5, even better. But 3 is enough. So second wash is exactly the same. Right, then the left. Finish the both right from the top and from the back like I did. And by the way, don't wash it on top of the shroud. This is just basically a demonstration. The shroud is supposed to be somewhere else. They're supposed to be on another table, kept clean and dry. Okay, you're not washing on top of the shrouds. Okay, last wash is the camphor, which is the perfume. So you put the perfume exactly the same. First part of the body, second part of the body. That, alhamdulillah, had finished the whole wash. We're going to be now combing the hair. So when we say male or a female, we comb the hair. Okay? Right? As for the female, we make them 3 what? Plaits. Braids. Plaited. Yeah? And we put them at the back. Alright? So combing, yes. So we did the combing, alhamdulillah. We did as well the 3 plaits for the women. If they have short hair, it doesn't have to be 3-plaited. But this is the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remember, awrah is to be all the time covered. Okay? And if, let's say, for example, I've got a case here where a man who died between women and there is no man to wash him. And those women are not his mahram, strange women. So they wash him with his clothes on and with the water from the top. They're not supposed to touch him with their hands. Even if she's a nurse, she got used to wash with, and touch with her hands. She's not. She will just with a wash and a bucket put on top of him with his clothes on. So this clothes has to be as well thick clothes. Okay, thick material, because he doesn't want to make the awrah to be shown. You're not allowed to use any except for the water unless you don't have water. Then you use tayammum. Tayammum is that we bring a brick and we put his hand on that, both his hand, or just one here, on the brick, say Bismillah, then strike the brick here, and that's it. And then we wipe, because we can't really bring his hand to wipe his face with it. So we will wipe his face and that's it. His tayammum. This is in case that there is no water. It's a case as well, if you can't really wash the body because it's really burnt, and if you touch the body, the flesh might fall down, then as well the same thing we say, just wash him with a bucket, don't rub, don't use that sponge and all of that. You just put the water and that will be sufficient, inshallah. Don't use henna as we have said, don't use the cotton, which is we have said in the way that we have said. You're not supposed to take from the hair of the deceased, nor from his nails. That will, alhamdulillah, complete the wash. Now the wash is ready. So he's ready now for the shrouding. Ready for the shrouding. Before I go to the shrouding, remember this is a wet towel, isn't it? Okay? So now I could take this towel and I bring another towel. So when I bring the other towel, like this. So Amar, come here. There's another towel, okay? Come here, on this side. Hold this. Hold this. Hold it from here. Okay? Hold it from that side. You're gonna like a bigger shade on top of it. Can you just hold it 2 hands, please? Use the 2 hands. You don't know why you're shy. Come here. Right. So I'm going to use this as a towel. So I'm going to put it like this, and then do you understand? And then I throw that. Khalas. This is now the wet one, and we've got a dry one. So always the awrah has to be covered. This is the privacy of the deceased. It's not supposed to be exposed. If you've seen something bad, don't say it to anybody. If you've seen something good, you could really relate it to other people. Something bad, you keep it. Don't say it. Unless you say it where the person is not known. Like for the person, you watch the person who does not pray. You've seen something there which is really bad. Then you don't talk about that particular person. You talk about it, for example, in general, one of the people who's been washed and he does not pray, really had shown bad signs. Yes, no problem. Just for the mind of other people. Now, if you have any questions before I go to the shrouding? Fadl.
Any supplications or anything you say like that?
No supplication whatsoever. We don't do any supplication whatsoever. Now,
how many times do you have to wash the mouth and nose? And
We would, that we did with this every three times. So the washing of the face 3 times, the mouth 3 times, water like this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. None, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Now.
How can we prevent them from swallowing the water?
You're not going to swallow the water. It hasn't got everything blocked. It does not swallow anything. Everything you put there will come out. Okay? Now remember, his eyes has to be closed. His eyes to be closed. Now.
2 questions.
Now.
Is it true that the deceased feel everything?
The deceased, that they feel anything? No, they don't, but we have to make the water just like we want to wash our body with it. So the water has to be in a temperature like we use it. So it's not cold, it's not very hot, it's like nice. But he does not feel, but we say, Prophet ﷺ said, breaking the bone of a believer is, when he's dead, is like breaking it when he's alive. So basically, if I'm going to put hot water and burn him, it's like burning him when he's what? He's alive. So if he's alive and you put hot water, what's he going to do to you? Punch you. Right? It's not, so you're not supposed to do anything except that you respect the deceased. Second question?
Second question is, does the order matter? Do you have to do wudu first and then the water?
Does the water the order? Does the order matter for the? Well, we are applying the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In terms of the question is, does it invalidate the ghusl? It doesn't, because the ghusl, all I need to do is just bring the water and khalas, I've done it. But have I done the sunnah? No. So this is sufficient for me. I did. I'm going bury. Yalla, masalam. But did I do the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah? It's exactly when you have a wash as well. You could just go to the shower, khalas out, I'm clean. Oh, you do the sunnah. When you start, you wash your hand, you wash your private parts, and you start with the wudu, and then you make the wash. So the more you do like this, the more reward you're going to be. Now, further.
So the one who washes the body, say the testifation of faith after doing the wudu.
Does the person, no, because you are just making wudu for him. You're not saying things on his behalf. You don't say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu Muhammadan Rasulullah, Allahumma ja'alni min at-tawabin. He's dead. Okay, he's the one that, you don't say that on his behalf. Now, if he's got a beard, that's a good question. If he's got a beard, just like we comb his hair, we comb his what? His beard. Combing the beard. Now, in the wash, in the wudu, we make exactly the wudu he's alive. This, tahleel al-lihya, is compulsory. Okay? He hasn't got a beard, that's why we didn't really do anything with him. That's a good question. So if he's got a beard, we must, okay, make tahleel. The tahleel is done in the following way. Either some water, you do it like this. Okay? That's it. Or some water, do like that. Both are called tahleel. So like that, or like that, it's called tahleel. You do this, and if you haven't got a beard, get a beard. Now,
so for the shahada, do you not need a kafan? Do you not need a shroud itself?
For the shahada, you don't need it, but you can do it. So shrouding for the shaheed of the ma'araka, of the battlefield, remember the shaheed, the battlefield, is recommended, is not compulsory. It's for the shaheed recommended. So you can bury him with his clothes, because Allah made it easy for us. Imagine we are fighting a war, we've got thousands of shaheed here. And each one needs a wash. My God, it's a lot. We're going to be preoccupied by washing, or we're going defending ourselves against the enemies. So, no wash. No even shroud. But it's recommended to make a shroud. The wash is not allowed. Right? But if you could really bury them without a shroud, it would be better. Because it's much faster. Do his clothes. Now.
The one washing it, he doesn't have to be in wudu or anything like that. Can he just wash it?
Person who makes it, he doesn't have to be in wudu. But when you wash the deceased, it is recommended, it's very good you asked this question, you added there as well. It is recommended to have a wash. The person who carried the deceased is recommended to have a wudu. After, not before. Insani? So if you have carried the deceased, recommended to have wudu after. If you have washed the deceased, recommended to have a wash, what? After. Not to have a wash because I want to wash the deceased. No. After washing the deceased, it's recommended to have a wash. Now, anybody else? The good questions, mashallah. Adding to the information that we have. Okay. The sister, you can ask questions as well from there if you have.
If a husband is washing his wife,
Mm.
would other women be there?
No. If his husband washing her, no, that he cannot. Because the problem is, we cannot expose the awrah of his wife to him while there is a presence of none, okay, mahram like that. Because the women, even the women, they are not supposed to see more than the husband. So that is why a man cannot sleep with both his wife in one bed. Each will be separate. Same thing here with. So the wash has to be husband on his own, nobody else helping.
So the husband is doing it, is that how the women still?
No, if it's a husband washing his wife, no awrah. There's no awrah. Husband washing his wife, wife washing her wife, there's no towel. Now, give me the question. If a woman dies during childbirth and she is still bleeding, she put sensitive towel. Okay. So a woman, she dies and she is during her childbirth and she's still bleeding. Now the blood, remember, it is not an impurity. That's the assumption that people think. So a person is bleeding, that's not basically impurity. Impurity according to, for example, the Ahnaf. They call it impurity, that's why for them, if you bleed, your water is invalid. But whereas the correct opinion, no it is not. There's no proof for that. It's the contrary. There was a companion who was praying while he was hit an arrow and the blood is gushing out of him while he was praying. So if the blood is to be impure, it would have invalidated his wudu, it would have invalidated his prayer. But if she's still bleeding, for the sake of that, we don't want blood as well to come onto the shroud. We could use, yes, it's sort of called the towels. Whatever towel you want to use. The towels, the nappies, there's the nappies, for example, no problem. So these things like a little towels on the top of the area to make sure that she keeps the blood in check. Yes, no problem, inshallah. Fadal. Yeah.
The deceased, if he didn't reach the age of puberty, does he have to be covered like that, or could he just?
If he did not reach the puberty or age, well, the child awrah is not going to be as the adult awrah. If we need to expose it, we'll expose it. But why do we need to expose it? Okay, so that's what I said. The women would be better than the men. Why? Because if the men, and like you said, they're not really going to be, the awrah is going to be lowered, it's not going to be looked after and all of that. That might as well bring the shaitan to the man who's washing. Okay? It's better to have a female. The female, they don't have that because they got used to wash their children all the time. So they don't have that sort of perversion, if you understand me, with a male or with a male. We do have, unfortunately, children molestation, and God knows these days what they have to be. They don't know what goes in the heart of that person. We need to cover the awrah better. Now,
if somebody has an accident and they have some limbs missing, do they wash the same way? Or
the same way, same thing. I watched somebody who was really being in a status where his eyes came out. And his eyes was out. Because he was in his car and he crashed into, those, I don't know if you've seen them, the metal wheel drum that goes to the asphalt to make it level. Have you seen them or not? In the asphalt to make it level.
Like a steamroller.
It's a steamroller with a metal. It's a metal. Yeah. That's a massive one. I'm talking about the one which is from here to the ceiling. Really big. It's actually, he went in to, head collision. And he rolled on top of him. So it's made it like a flat. So basically, because of that, he went on top of his body here. His eyes came out. Because you don't know the person, I could talk about him. So his eyes came out. So when I washed him, he had a crack here, crack in my eyes, That was really difficult for me to wash. So I had to wash him, but I have to make sure that I'm not going to bring an eye out when I'm washing his face. So it was like delicacy. Alhamdulillah, I washed him. And he was Hafiz Quran, mashallah. He was a teacher of Quran. He's even memorization of the 10 recitation, mashallah. But his face was nur, full of light. Mashallah. Now, even though that his eyes coming out, but I kissed him even on his head. I know the person, I only saw him the day before in my shop. Now,
if the person has died, like they've had an accident and their body is like, if a leg has been brought into an awkward angle or something, do you keep it like that? Or
very well done question. So sometimes you know, for example, you find this deceased people, his hands like that. Okay, if I can really push it bit by bit to put it down, no problem. Some they do, some they don't. Like one of these ankles that of that brother when I washed him, that his foot, it was actually twisted. I don't know which way. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. Twisted in a way I couldn't put it back, so I left it. Okay, remember, breaking the bone of a believer when he's dead is like breaking it when he's what? Life. Can't really overstretch it. Can't break it. Right. Let's go to the shrouding now. Okay. Another question. Okay, did it have anything like gold or false teeth? Bracelets. They have to be removed. No, they don't have to be removed. These gold teeth, they're part of his. When they're going to bring a dentist here, they want to take his false teeth and his bracelets and all of that, but make sure that when you bury him, it's secured. What do you mean rubbed now, yeah? But inshallah, in the Muslim cemetery, they don't rob things like this, but maybe in a they heard about the robbing in South America, South America, they robbed the deceased. And they got, because they don't just bury them with the gold teeth and gold bracelet, they bury them with actual gold and actual, his items with him. Okay, would you like to sit down and relax a bit? So we're going to give you a shroud in a minute. Yeah, just sit down a minute. Practical way is as follows. The best thing is to have the shrouds done in the way that I've done them. 3 sheets on top of the table like that, equal to each other. And then I'm going to go do the following with the help of Umar. Yalla Umar, come here. So, here, go to that side. Give me the first layer at the top. Yeah, give it to me. So you're going to, that's the one, yes? Is it the first one there? This is the first layer. I tell you, suffocate. Right, so this is the first layer. You're going to cover him with it. So that's the one. Are you okay? Yeah. Keep talking. Right. Now this is really big. Usually it is the case, will come up to, that way. Right. Second one. Okay, so this is the first one. So this one we call it Idraj. This Idraj is not in your book, you find it as well. It's called Idraj. Idraj in the Sunnah. This is the Idraj. The Idraj is like this. So one end goes like this, another one goes like this, another one goes like this, another one goes like that. Called Idraj. So they are more tight. So give me the second one. Are you okay? Second one here? Yes? Yeah. See the second one? This is actually better than the first one because it's really huge. So the second one is actually, look, that's this, and that's the second one here. That's it. Right, you okay? Breathing properly? You're not dead, are you? Okay, can I just ask you, Mr. Dead, to put your feet like this? Okay. Third one. You see the Idraj now? You see the Idraj now? Third one like that. Come on, go on, help me. You're doing something. Help me, yalla. That's it, go on. Yes. Right. He is now ready. So what do I do now? Okay, so hold. I'm going to cut a piece of cloth. 4 strings will be. 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You understand that? 4 strings. So hold. I do like that. And then 1 string here. And then 1 string here. And 1 string for the feet to get it together. And the last one here. Now ready to be prayed upon and then buried.